Yes, friends, now let's move on to our next section of this program, a conversation with Sriramgopal Anne sir. So we all know, sir, a lot is so known to everyone, most of the household. But still, let me give a brief introduction. So, sir, he was a vice president with Tata AIG General Insurance. He has been into construction, trading, organic farming, and he has been a consultant in insurance domain. He's also the founder trustee of the Pyramid Spiritual Trust Hyderabad since 1994. And he has his particular interest in spiritual science beyond meditation. Welcome, sir, to the program. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening. Good evening, Sunil.
Great.
It's a big pleasure to be in the program.
Yeah, likewise, we are immensely happy. I know you have a very busy schedule, but still, despite that, you took time out and you could, share this Sunday evening with us. It's so wonderful. So happy to have you here. So, sir, let's start with a brief introduction about yourself. I know I have given just an overview, but we would like to know, where are you from, your family background, your education, your career. If you could just give a brief summary about that, sir.
Yeah. I'm born to beautiful parents. Way back in 1963. Had my initial schooling in Bangalore, then at Gannavaram, that is Vijayawada. Then I also had my graduation from a place called Nuzuvidu. And then I joined the insurance industry as a direct officer in 1986. I held an All India rank for that. And for 15 years, I was with Oriental Insurance Company. I resigned Oriental Insurance Company in 2000 and joined Tata AIG. I initially joined AIG, and then after the JV was finalized with Tata's, I chose to work with Tata AIG from Mumbai. And for 15 years, I was with Tata AIG as a founder member. And upon my resignation, I resigned at the age of 50. I wanted to. And then at that moment, I was a vice president. And I resigned for a couple of reasons. One is to pursue my passion in spiritual science. I divided my life into 3 parts. 25 years of learning from parents, siblings, cousins, friends, and whatnot. All that you can learn before the age of 25. And 25 years of earning. And then balance 25 plus years, whatever, destined to, is to learn what all I would have learned otherwise in that 50 years. That is the passion. And also to impart what I have learned. Because learning for me is, you'll be given that knowledge to again elevate it and then give it to the others. So that's how the evolution of this planet happened. So I fundamentally believe in it. We are living in a world which is created by somebody. For many thousands of years, this planet has been constructed this way. So it is the dreams and work of somebody else which we are living. And in this short span of whatever stay we will have on this, or lease we have on this planet, we try to elevate that more with our experience and then share it during our time and then pass on to next frequencies. That is what fundamentally I believed. And that is what I felt is spiritual science. And if we are into it, I thought this is one area where I need to concentrate for the rest of my life. So that was one reason, or the main reason why I resigned. And then as part of a hobby, I was into organic farming. And of course, for a livelihood, I do my trading. So this is all about me in person. But in this 60 years of my journey, around 31 age, I met Patriji. So it was again a destiny in the sense that I read his first book, Be a Master, that actually propelled me to, to understand what this spiritual science is, for the simple fact that it was so lucidly presented in that 100 pages of that book. And I wanted to meet Patriji. So it happened in due course a year later through Newton, Dr. Newton, who happens to be a family friend. And my first tryst with Patriji was when he was in a Mauna Diksha for a year. And he was only having fruits and nuts and nothing else. So this was sometime in 96. And I had the great privilege of initiated into meditation through his flute for 3.5 hours in 3 sessions on that very day. That was July 23rd, 1996. So that actually was a turning point in my career. And my association with Patriji has become profound as the day passed by. And I was authorized by Patriji, I would say, to set up Vijayawada Spiritual Society, which we did, along with a few other medical friends and Chakka Raghav and others. And later on, I was associated with Bangalore Spiritual and your Maitreya Buddha Center for a while. And then in 2006, it so happened that Patriji wanted a pyramid in Hyderabad, in the vicinity of Hyderabad. And when the Hyderabad Pyramid Spiritual Society was started, so I, along with 8 more others, were the founding members of it. And in the 17 years is the manifestation of Kartal pyramid, or you can say Kailashpuri. So this is, in short, my journey with Patriji and works that he had given. Primarily, the main work that he has given in a physical term is identification of Kailashpuri, where it should come, where the pyramid should come, how it should come, what all should be there in Kailash. So that divine ordination came from Patriji. And there were many synchronicities around it and how it happened. That would take another hour if I have to go into it. But so many divine forces have acted into the manifestation of Kailashpuri that we see today, the Maheswar. And it was also foregone conclusion way back about 10 years ago that Patriji would permanently reside there. And that also came true. So I am a direct witness to all the discussions and whatnot with Patriji on this for the last 17 years while we are manifesting Kailashpuri. So that is one great, I would say, an association, a deeply connected association with Patriji, which made me understand how he was so entrenched into spiritual science. So he always used to give me books. He asked me to read them, and then we used to have discussions around it. So occasionally when he was sometime in Hyderabad or some other place where we meet, we used to have discussions on the latest book that I read. So this was another privilege where sometimes I was like a teacher and he was like a student. And he used to literally sit in front of me and then say, "Come on, Sriram, speak out." So this is how my interaction, my association with Patriji was so phenomenal, so profound, so personal. And to me, he was not just a guru, he was the truest friend. And I have met many spiritual masters in India, but there is none who actually can come close to Patriji in terms of understanding, propagating spiritual science. The closest could be somewhere Mr. Osho. But anyway.
Great. That is indeed, I mean, a great to hear that journey, sir. That was fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I try to concise it as much as possible, 5-10 minutes. A
yeah,
journey of about 27 years with Patriji.
yeah. It isn't easy, and that was, you're lucky, I would say, I must say.
Yes, I'm really fortunate.
Yes.
Really
So,
fortunate.
sir, I'm curious to know, was it reading that book? That is that the reason you started meditating and your
Yeah,
first step into spirituality? Is that the reason, or
see,
was
my father was a geologist, and when Goa was annexed to India in 63, 64, he was an assistant director in geology there. He was holding the portfolio of overseeing the transition from Portugal to India, the mining and geology surveying part of Goa. So he was, I guess I was about 6 to 7 years old. But every summer holiday, we used to spend 3 months in Goa. Well, in the wilderness, in canvas tents. And every day was a trek into the forest. So I used to go with my dad and his team. So it brought me so close to the nature. And nature, at one point, pushes you into understanding yourself, just makes you question yourself who you are. Probably that was there. I do not know. I can't really say that is that the thing, but somewhere that inner desire was there, where I always felt there is something to seek much more than what I am learning in school or college. And that probably attracted me, or rather, the book came to my lap through my sister in law, whose family friend was Dr. Newton. And during one of my visits to Hyderabad, I, I bumped into Dr. Newton. He was a medico then. He hasn't completed his medicine. And then it so happened that I started discussing about this book with Newton. And then he said, Anna, why don't we meet Patriji? He's very much in town today. So that's how we went there to his house. His mother and Patriji were just the two were there. And he was in absolute state of Maha. And I had my lunch, non-vegetarian lunch, and went there. So he asked me the same question that you asked. Why do you want to understand your spirit? I said, I do not know. And then he asked me to meditate. So he played his flute for half an hour. It was so difficult for me. I opened my eyes 2 or 3 times. He was angrily looking at me while playing the flute. When I opened my eyes, I didn't care much. And then after the half an hour session was over, he asked me what my experience was. I said nothing, no experience. Then he looked at me and said, do you eat meat? I said, yes. Then he slapped me on my back and then he said, very hard. He slapped me very hard on my back. Stop, you stupid fellow. Stop eating meat. You would understand at that time I was a branch head in Oriental Insurance Company. So my ego was slightly hurt. Hey, how come we can do this? Before I could realize, before my probably my disappointment or anger could spring up, he said, close your eyes. Don't open, don't ever open till I asked you to. So I closed my eyes. And then he started playing the flute. That was the second session. So while in the second session, for half an hour, nothing happened. I was still feeling, why the hell did I come here? Then I opened my eyes, he gave a very serious stare at me. So I thought this man can really hit me again if I don't close my eyes. And I closed my eyes. 1 hour later, he again ended the session and asked me what my experience was. I wanted to bluff and then say, oh, the experience was good, great, and everything. But somehow I felt that's not the way. I said, sorry, sir, I couldn't concentrate. Then he said, who asked you to concentrate? Just observe that. You idiot, can't you do that? Once again, come on. And again, 1-to-1, it was another session of 45 minutes. This time I can't really say when the connect happened. Somewhere during this session, I really felt that I got into the groove and I lost sense of my time. And when he asked me to open the eyes, great difficulty to open my eyes. And he gave such a beautiful and pleasant stare at me. And then he just winked at me and then he wrote, all these things were, whatever he talked was not speaking. He was actually writing down because he was in Mauna then. For a year, he was in Mauna then. So then he wrote on the book, you did it. Then he asked me what my experience was. I said, yes, sir. Then he said, just do this. Stop eating meat. Do your meditation. He wrote 100 pages book. He completed in about 3.5 hours. He answered so many questions that I had. And we also discussed about the content of the book, Be a Master, during that period. I was asking and he was writing down. So many questions, so many unexplained, intriguing things that I had in my mind during that 3.5 hours of meditation and another 2 hours of discussion. Total 5.5 hours was the turning point. This was one of my amazing connect with Patriji through the book, Be a Master. And I should also thank my destiny driver here, could be my sister-in-law and Dr. Newton. I think that was the moment. That day somehow it happened.
Yes,
Such a good.
yes, indeed. Wow, that was amazing. I mean, wow, no words to explain that. I mean, you really learned that.
Yes. And
I
my
mean, I would.
sister-in-law instantly is Sridevi. I don't know,
Mhm.
some of you would be knowing in QLU. Rajsekhar and Sridevi.
Yeah, okay. Yes, yes,
With
indeed.
interaction.
Wow. Many of us, I mean, in my times, we all sit in big group listening to Sir, but I think you are one step more fortunate to
Yes.
sit in meditation
Yeah.
one-on-one with him and
And
give you.
another activity that Patriji and I used to have is whenever we meet in 5-10 minutes, the chessboard will be between me and Patriji. Definitely, we go 3 rounds on it.
Yes.
I mean, just before he passed away, I think 2 hours, 2
Mhm.
weeks before he passed away, also,
Mhm.
he said, "Get the chessboard." He was whispered, "Get the chessboard." I refused. I said, "Take rest, sir, and come back." And we also used to play cricket.
Yes,
We had a
yes.
century partnership as
Correct,
opening bat.
correct, correct.
His favorite pastime, is
Yes.
sports. He
Mm.
used to play very well.
He
And of
loved
course,
watching cricket too, especially when India
yes,
plays. Yes, yes.
and we used to bet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we used to do a lot of betting.
And who wins?
Uh,
Who
Chess,
wins?
he was 70% on the winning streak. Chess.
Okay, okay. Mhm.
I mean, he used to win over me at least 7 out of 10 games.
Wow. Okay.
He was a brilliant chess player. believe me, it was too good.
Wow.
I mean, he could remember at least 6 steps behind, past, and at least forecast in at least 5 to 6 different ways of how I would, place my next.
Wow.
He was so very difficult to play with.
Yeah, I heard that too from many of my friends.
Very difficult, very difficult.
Yes.
Many times Patri Madam used to say, you please end your game and then come have your lunch. Just to keep going on.
Okay.
It was fantastic. And then discussion on the books was really, I mean, it's, I would say it's I don't know, it's my personal connect destiny. I do not know. But I don't know. I haven't heard of Patriji discussing in detail books with anyone, any of the pyramid masters. I haven't come across, though I have met thousands of, I haven't heard of this kind of an experience. But Patriji used to ask me to, read out what I understood from the book's various books. And he used to put me on task, giving some books and then saying after 6 months we meet and then understand what it is. I want you guys to understand and then tell me what it is. And there were a couple of great experiences also, which absolutely relate to how a master like Patriji is. Should be. Those were also, came out from some of the books, and he was absolutely a replica of what is written in some of them. I don't know, but these are some great coincidences. But I had a great privilege. Many of you would have had, no doubt, but this kind of privilege was something
Absolutely.
exceptional.
Yes, absolutely, indeed. So, sir, you have been associated with PSSM for very long. So, we would like to know from you. I'm sure maybe right from the beginning stage, you are already associated with PSSM. So, what inspired you from PSSM, and why are you still with PSSM?
See, the one connect with PSSM for all of us is Patriji. Minus Patriji, there is no PSSM. Sunil wouldn't be there. Sharma wouldn't be there. And none of these 30 participants would be coming from various places. I always, tell my trustees and people who interact with me, Shiva, Parmeshwara, Maheswara, supposedly gave the divine knowledge to Saptarishis. What could be the divine knowledge? Not how they should live and all that stuff. I don't believe. If the story is like that, that is a small part of the big thing. It is how a life should be and what the spiritual science is. That is the kind of sacred knowledge that would have been. Okay, we would have taken the rituals and how we live in it and all that stuff, so that the society lives more peaceful. But the deeper sacred knowledge would have been imparted by Shiva to the 7 Saptarishis, somewhere near Mount Kailash. And then we do not know how many years this happened. We heard. Then came so many, Ram came, Krishna gave Bhagavad Gita, all the things that happened. And then somewhere before Buddha, saint called Patanjali said, Chitta Vritti Nirodha Yoga, which in Patriji's terms, in BA Master, his first he wrote is nothing but meditation. Cessation of mind and thoughts is equal to meditation. Right? That's exactly what people did before
Correct.
this program.
Correct.
And then after Patanjali, I do not know how many got influenced by the technique that Patanjali would have said. I do not know what technique Mahashiv gave to the Saptarishis and where from Patanjali got it. But Patanjali, I do not know to how whom all he would have done for 3,000 years. Come 2,500 years before. Jaina actually was able to. Maha. He also did meditation, and he was able to influence quite a lot of people during that time. Just imagine how many, what could have been the population of this country then. Spread it out from Afghanistan to whatever in today's time we say this is all part of Akhanda Bharat.
Correct.
Maybe 1 crore, 2,500 years ago. Because when the British did their census in 1930 or 1940, they said India was 30 crores. That includes Pakistan. Then.
Correct.
And Bangladesh also. Right? Partition happened in
Yes.
1947.
Yes. Correct.
The census happened in 1930 or what we hear.
Correct. Correct.
So what that was just 100 years ago, not even 100 years ago.
True.
So 2,500 years back, what would have been the population of this? This is how I relate. Probably I feel there could be about across this, we over 2 crores, 3 crores. That's a big say, but then still, because India now is only 140 crores. Then came Buddha. Buddha, after enlightening himself in Bodh Gaya, he wandered into Kushinagar. And then there he gave his preaching sermons. What? And Buddha is equal to meditation. If we say Buddha, you will find 3 people or 3 images. You and I did not do that caricature. Somebody is thousands of years back. Somebody did, we are just copy pasting it. Shiva, you will always find in meditation pose. Mahavira, you will find only in meditation pose.
Yes.
Buddha, you will find only in meditation pose.
Correct.
You will not find Jesus in meditation pose.
Mm-hmm.
You will not find Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad, meditation pose. Rishis are found in drawn in, the caricatures are drawn in meditation. Tirmula, whatever. So now Buddha, how many people would have influenced? Probably the population would have been, let us say, liberally at about 5 crores. How many would have influenced sitting from Kushi, where there were no cycle? All you had was a horse or a bullock. No trains, no flights, nothing.
Correct.
And then Firqa then comes the era of Patriji, 2,000 years plus later. Here is a man who did not like his contemporary gurus, sat in a cozy place and had all the people flocking to him, bowing before him, touching his feet, offering prasads, offering flowers, no vibhuti, no your kashaya or whatever robe. Kashaya is Hindu, it could be something else for a Muslim or could be for a Christian or a Parsi. None of this. But here is a man who comes to you, knocks your door, makes you sit in meditation, slaps you if you do not do meditation properly, forces you to understand your true life. That is the connect. Where to all his predecessors and contemporaries, people used to go to them, those gurus. But here is the only one guru where he used to come to your house without any friends. This is the PSSM that I like.
Wow. Wow.
So we are all connected that way. You also can notice that every PSSM household very warmly welcomes another PSSM master.
Yeah.
Unconditional.
Correct.
Where did this correct come from? We are just copy pasting the etiquette of Patriji, isn't it?
True.
I look at this PSSM prism that way.
Yes.
The only connect is Patriji. His mannerisms, his character, his selfless, uh, I would say he just wants us to meditate, nothing else. He doesn't expect anything from us.
Absolutely.
So I haven't come across any.
Yes, absolutely. Very much.
You can introspect, you can check out.
Yes, whatever you said is absolutely correct.
Buddha did. Maybe Buddha was like that.
Yeah.
He was teaching his, his disciples, his soul out. He was, no doubt about it. But he did not go to their doors, their houses, lock their doors, and make them meditate. But the Patriji.
Correct.
This is the character that is built into PSSM. That is the character which entwines all of us. That's my reading, my personal observation, I profoundly, I don't accept any other theory other than this is the only connect in PSSM between all of us, apart from the meditation.
Very much. I mean, you dissected it really very well. You have seen that very close. And you, in principle, you have summarized the entire 18 guiding principles which Patriji laid out to everyone. And that speaks volumes. I think we should have a specific session on 18 guiding principles alone. It is really great. Wow. Thank you so much, sir. So I can assume probably that's the reason you love spreading and teaching meditation, and you enjoy teaching and spreading meditation all together, right? That would be the simplest reason.
Oh, one small, I wouldn't say correction, but probably to set right the observation. I don't really teach meditation. You're already there. You already are meditating, right? So there's nothing for a PSSM pyramid master to be taught about meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a ritual, like a good morning. When we meet, we definitely meditate, right?
Yes.
But what I am, more into or absolutely into is beyond meditation. Meditation for me is your main door, Simhadva. You open the door, the technique of meditation makes you open the door, and then there's a world to understand inside. For me, it is trying to explore that world, using meditation as the technique and tool. That I call it as the spiritual science. Meditation is not the end all of spiritual science, but it is the beginning of spiritual science, pursuit of spiritual science. So, having done meditation for many years from the great master and from beautiful souls in the PSSM, like all of you, I thought, let me step slightly deeper into the ocean and then start exploring. And that's exactly what Patriji wanted me to do also.
Yes.
And,
Great.
And then he made me go through or read in detail about Seth.
Yeah, you stole my question. I was about to ask that. How did you got connected to Seth?
Seth, the book was given by Patriji way back in 1997. It was, as if he was readily waiting for me to be given that book. And see, with Patriji, it was with me. Patriji, it was slightly different. Barring that episode, the first interaction with him, where he put me to a grilling session, 3 sessions of for 3.5 hours meditation. He never ever asked me to meditate. Right? He used to say, and wherever we spoke, he never used to ask me about my experiences. That was the only time he asked. Always he used to ask, what would be? What is your understanding? Sir, I'm reading Seth Speaks, chapter 7, Potential of Soul. Oh, you're reading Potential of Soul? Come on, let us discuss. What did you understand?
Okay.
It was like this.
Okay.
or let me say reincarnation dramas.
Okay.
Then you'd say, okay, reincarnation dramas. What do you do? Any doubts? He used to ask. So the discussion was like this. And then he also gave me Tirumular, where 1,000 techniques of meditation was given. What you call the modern or the new age people happily call it as breath work. There are 1,000 techniques given some ages ago.
Yeah.
So I mean that book also. He gave Ramtha. Ramtha was the first book that he ever received. Ramtha was he gave it along with Seth Speaks. And Sai Kumar Reddy was the person then who obtained these books for him. And as a conduit, he acted and then he used to give it.
Okay. Okay.
So read so many books. And for long, I used to have one of his favorite books, You Forever, Lok Sangram.
Yeah. Yes.
So we had wonderful discussion on this. So I asked him, because I knew that he is more or less, or I am more or less like him, trying to read between the lines in our pursuit. So one day I coolly asked him, Sir, your favorite book is You Forever. That actually propelled you to explore something beyond yourself. Am I right? He said, yes, Sriram. You have that book. Yes, I do have that book. It's my favorite book. I don't give it to anyone. But precisely for that one I'm asking, I want you to give that book to me. No, I'll not give. But do you have it? I asked. Yes, I have. Let me then show it to me, I said. Then he went inside and then after some 10-15 minutes, he sat and gave that. That was in almost a dilapidated condition. And as truly I thought, the book had writings of Patriji in pen or pencil with highlighting, underlining and all. Almost every page was like.
Wow.
Then I asked him, Sir, this book, if it is with you, this book will not for long be with you. If it is with me, it will be in the safest hands on the planet. He looked at me and said, Isko po. In Telugu, in English, he said, take it.
Yeah. Take it and go.
Then I took it. For 3 years, it was with me. And then one day, somehow he asked me, Sriram, I require that. I said, Sir, I not. He again insisted, no, Sriram, I want that book. Sir, I'm again telling you, if you take this book, you lose this. He asked me, why do you think so? I said, as it is, if you leave your chappals outside the door, somebody will take it away. Do you think this treasure will be with you? I questioned him. He looked at me, no, I'll very safely keep it. I'll keep it. I want to read something in it and I'll give it back. So in my next meeting with him, I gave that. And a couple of years down, I asked him, Sir, is the book with you? He said, I lost it. Believe me, if that book was there,
Yeah.
it could have been a great museum piece
Mm.
in
Yeah.
Kailashpuri in Patriji, Shaktistan.
Indeed.
So that was
Yes.
how with Patriji it was regarding the books. He was
Wow.
very, very fond of his books.
Mhm.
He's a very avid reader. Reads and then you would have seen Rajnikant's Robo movie, where he scans and then everything gets into the Robo. It's like that. He reads very fast. As a like he scans and then he is able to understand.
Correct.
I have saw that a couple of times. The way he used to read.
Yeah.
Then he's just tossed the book out.
So what is your favorite book apart from Seth? Obviously, Seth is your top of the list, I know.
Bhagavad Gita.
Okay.
Bhagavad.
Mhm.
For me, for a man living on this planet, forget about religion. For a man living on this planet, a human being living on this planet, the responsibility that this human being carries on this planet during his short leased stay on this planet. These are my favorite words. The short leased stay of anyone on this planet. How he should live in harmony with himself and outside, with himself and the society, with himself and the environment around him, the flora, fauna. The rule, Gita is the rule, God's rule. If I have to, translate it to English, is Bhagavad Gita. There's no substitute to it. I haven't read any. I've read, I would say thousands of books, but whatever, I read few hundreds. There is no book. I read Quran. I read Bible because I was in a missionary school. Though they never enforced us to do something, but then they used to give some. We used to read about joy. Nothing comes
Great. Yes.
to Bhagavad Gita.
Yes. I remember you.
Anybody can read without
Correct.
any dogma or rigid. Why should I read Bhagavad Gita? That kind of feeling.
Mhm.
Just read the book for the heck of knowing, like what you read when you read a Tarzan comic or a Phantom comic, whatever in your childhood. Just you read out of what, not with any opposing mind. Just read for the sake of knowing what is in it.
Correct.
And I tell you, that's the best book so far for you to live on the physical planet. And if anybody and everybody practices whatever is said in the Bhagavad Gita, then this world will be such a beautiful place that you cannot imagine. It will be such a beautiful place. That is Bhagavad Gita. But for the soul, Bhagavad Gita is for the ego, the mind, the physical thing. But you just come on to the other side, Bhagavad Gita and Seth speaks, or Seth books, Seth knowledge. They entwine each other. So if you say that, let us say on the right side is Bhagavad Gita for you to live on this planet, then the inner explorations, the techniques, the science behind all that you do on the physical side, on the other side of the Bhagavad is your Seth. I don't think there is any other book. I haven't read any other book which takes you so deep, makes you dive deep into the science of the spirit, science of the consciousness, the science of the interconnectivity, science of the reincarnational dramas, your probable selves, your personality per se itself, your physical personality, how it reflects out of your inner being and your super selves, whatnot. I mean, it touches upon everything that's unknown. That makes you, that made me actually understand, oh, this is it. Okay, then
Yes.
my wife asked me, do you need to know all these things to live? I said, I do not know. But yes, to live Bhagavad Gita is fine. But do you read every sloka and follow it? No, it's not possible. We evolve over time. We evolve to crucial stage. At some point of time, some point of our incarnations, many incarnations, we probably will evolve to be a physical being as in Bhagavad Gita. But whereas on the science of the spirit, there is no evolution. It is that it is all that is. It is like I am trying to understand my father, mother.
Correct.
But the shaping of your physical being definitely has a bearing from the inner. The science. So now, if I understand that science, probably it will make me more profound in understanding and following the Bhagavad Gita,
True.
principles of physical life.
True. True. And I remember you mentioned in the last conversation, if Bhagavad Gita was a book in the past, the recent times, it's the Seth that we need to.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
So these are the only two books. I feel
Yeah.
Beyond this, I don't want to waste my time reading any other book. Not to offend anyone,
Yeah. Yeah. Of course,
but the
we
fact
can
is,
understand the.
my
Yeah.
cup is full. With these
Yes.
two books, my cup is full.
Yes. Yes.
And Tirumala sir gave it to me
Uh-huh.
because he wanted a very detailed discussion on it.
Mhm.
Barring an hour discussion, we were not able to do because Patriji became too busy and we were not getting time to actually
Mhm.
do a detailed survey or dig deep into that. But that was also a great book, especially the way he talks about the meditation techniques or the breathing techniques. I wouldn't say meditation techniques, but these are the breathing techniques where it impacts so many things in your physical body. So many things.
Correct. Correct.
And now, as we are, let's say, breatharians
Mhm.
or breath experts, it's worthy to, know the different types of techniques that we can.
Mhm.
It's just like it's a play. It's a 20 match to about 100 match or test match also is there.
Correct.
It is a mix of your easy, smooth flowing breath along with kumbhakas and all.
Mhm.
It's we experimented many times. Many of these exercises we did out of more than 600-700 different techniques he has given.
Mhm.
I think we attempted 3 or 4. Um, they were very difficult.
Yes.
They
Yes.
were very difficult. Something is there. Something deeper inside is there in that Tirumular book. Otherwise, nobody would have written. It's not a fiction. It's written by
Correct.
a human. So
Correct.
I didn't have much time to, or rather, it's not the time. The question time is always there. It's elastic.
Yeah.
You want 100 things you can do in the same time. You want to
Yeah.
do the
Yeah.
thing you can.
Correct.
Beyond that, this was for 2012, I think, when
Mhm.
I did Tirumular, and we were having a team of about 25-30 people
Mhm.
where we used to meet every week, and we all used to practice this. We used to practice safe techniques,
Okay.
or rather safe understanding. I won't say techniques. He doesn't give me any techniques. Safe understands. We try to apply,
Mhm.
and then Tirumular also we try to expect. Um, it varied range of successes in that experiment. But
Wow.
there were impacts. Believe me, there were impacts. I would say if any of you have not read Tirumular, it's worth to give a try. And if people have not read Say, start with Seth's book, Seth Speak. There are about 10 books.
Yeah.
Last two you may
Yes.
frustrate. Last two are, publisher wanted to make money, so they wrote it, rewrote many.
Mhm.
But the first 8 books are truly superb books. If anyone wants to understand the mechanics of our inner, then these are the books. You don't need to go beyond any of these books. They may take at least a couple of years for you to understand.
Mhm.
Honestly, for me, it took up 4 to 5 years.
Yes, indeed. And I
occasionally.
think the workshop that you're conducting throughout on Seth is really commendable. And participants, I'm sure we will keep you updated that, as and when this next session starts.
Yeah. And also, I
Seth,
strongly recommend that one should read, try to understand Bhagavad Gita as it is.
Yes.
So, because Bhagavad Gita is one book which has been highly condemned. So, I strongly recommend read Bhagavad Gita as it is, as written by Srila Prabhupada of ISKCON.
Yes. I think Sharma has put it in the chat as well. That helps.
Yeah.
Thank you so
So
much.
there's a app also for that.
Okay.
You can put it onto the mobiles.
Mhm.
And then, today you have so many technology advancements where in the car also you can listen to it.
Yes,
To actually
podcast.
read it.
Yes, yeah, audio.
So that's I
podcast.
strongly recommend Bhagavad Gita. If
Mhm,
somebody has not read in this group,
mhm.
try as it is. It's a free download of
Yes.
ISKCON. And just read one sloka and try to implement it in the next day of your.
Mhm.
Slowly, you will understand the people.
Great. It's an interesting conversation going on, friends. So I think in the today being a Sunday, we probably could extend by another 10 minutes or so. Sirisha, is that okay?
Yes, Sunil,
Yeah.
we can.
Thank you. Thank you. I think that was a profound discussion, Sirisha. What do you feel?
Yes, it is indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
no, I was just running low on the battery.
Okay. You're okay. I hope it's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So, sir, I was just trying to ask another question. You have been the trustee of Kartal Pyramid, and I think you mentioned 2006 was the time when
Yes.
the Kartal Pyramid initiated. So we want to know how was your journey as a trustee, and what are the kind of challenges you faced in constructing such a huge pyramid and maintaining that, Maheshwar Maha Pyramid.
Yeah. So when in 2006, Patriji wanted a facility to come up closer to Hyderabad, he actually proposed this to one Mr. Boginin Sureshba, who was the trustee, founder trustee of Bangalore. I think he's no more. He passed away a couple of years ago. So then he asked Suresh to form a team also. That was the time when I briefly came back to Hyderabad from Mumbai in Tata AIG. So on a different role with the regulator here. So then Suresh told Patriji that Sriram is back. Then he said, no, let me just, we need to have. So, so first meeting with Patriji on this trust, I told him, sir, just for a mere trust or a pyramid, I'll not. If there is anything that need to be done, we need to establish a kind of center where it should be a seat of learning for spiritual science. Then I said, in Telugu, he said, Ade Baba, mana cheyalsina pani. In English, he said,
Yeah.
that we need to do.
Yes.
So then I said, yes, I am. So I was, on my work front, I was traveling a lot, almost 20 days I used to Hyderabad. But still, I also had the time. And then in the process of reforming the trust, he said, the land selection, Sriram, it is your duty. It is your duty to set up, or rather, to design the pyramid. The size and everything, it is your headache. And he said, the university part, you are the vice chancellor. You know how Patri. Okay, sir, wonderful. The vice chancellor designation without the approval of the president of India is fantastic. So we'll create our own currency also, defying RBI, I said. So we just laughed at it, and it so happened this happened in October. 2006. Sometime just before the Jnana Mahachakra in 2006, which happened in, I guess, in Shirdi.
Mhm.
So he asked me, we were playing chess when he asked me, Sriram, what is the status? I said, I would have traveled at least 3,000 to 4,000 kilometers all around Hyderabad, and every place looks very beautiful. And if the choice is too much, we are spoiled with choice. We're not able to decide where exactly it should be.
Mhm.
And he said, okay, we do one thing. Shall we pick up Sri Salem Highway? Govind Suresh Babu was also there. He said, sir, that would be apt because you said this will be named as Maheswara Pyramid or Trinetra Pyramid. Those were the names that we were contemplating. He said, yes, we will pick on Sri Salem Highway. So then I asked him, playing chess, and he said, I asked him, sir, okay, it's Sri Salem Highway, but where exactly you want? From Hyderabad to Sri Salem, it is 200 kilometers. Where do you want? Then he said, after some time, see, I want a virgin land. There should not be any cultivation before. Then I said, okay, if that is the case, all you require is a forest, I said, because nobody cultivates. Then he said, oh, Baba, I require forest also.
Okay.
So that means there should be a forest and it should be a virgin land.
Mhm.
Then I said, sir, let me take a chance. I want the boulders, the famous Deccan Plateau. I being a geologist's son. So I wish I had these boulders also. You see, Hyderabad, it has that natural formation because Deccan Plateau is considered to be one of the oldest plateaus on the planet. It's supposed to be 25 million years and above. So that's why
Okay.
you find these boulders. It extends right up to in Karnataka also.
Mhm.
He said, yes, we require that. Then after 15, 20 minutes of playing the game, then he suddenly popped up and said, he looked at Suresh Rogineni and said, don't you think we need to have a small pond or a lake like that? I said, yes, sir. He said, yes, yes, yes. That also should be there. So now there are 4. Then in the meantime, he was about to win the game. And Patri Madam was saying, okay, your wishes are so good. You are dreaming your wishes. Fantastic. Now it's lunchtime. You please get up. So he checkmated me. The game was over. He won. He got up. He put a hand on my shoulder and he told my wife, see, now I'll fix your husband in such a way that can't wriggle out. And my wife, Sri Lakshmi, she was saying, do that, sir, because this fellow is just roaming all around, not staying in Hyderabad. You fix him up. And then he said, okay, very simple. All the other 4 are very difficult, but this is the most simplistic. What is that? This identification of the place should be 60 kilometers from Hyderabad. So we had lunch, and then a couple of hours later, while driving back home, Rogineni said, now you are done. His prices were getting so high because of the airport at that time. And I said, hey, let us see. Exactly a month later, Patriji called Suresh from Delhi. He said, one of his disciples, he was an ex-MLA, he met Patriji in Delhi. And he said his son has taken some property on Sri Salem Highway. And he said, go have a look at it because they'll give the land free, he said.
Wow.
So the very next day, we planned our trip. The MLA's son, the ex-MLA's son has come. And he took us to a place full of forest. Liked it. He said, this is. We called up Patriji and said, sir, we have identified them. The 5 requirements, was not in our brain. We missed it, or rather I missed it, because that was my job. And So we came back, said, okay, fine, this should be good. So Patriji came and we went to the land. We were about all the trustees and a couple of others were there. And when we went there were 50, 60 peacocks playing around. And we said, yeah, this is it. Then the peacocks are welcoming us.
Wow.
And, we did some meditation and then Patriji asked, what is the size of the pyramid? So everybody said 200, 220, 250, 300. Then he looked at me and said, it's your call. Then I said, maybe 180. Then he said 180. Next 180.
How did 180 come to your mind, sir?
I don't know it.
Okay.
And then a week later, I asked the person, the former ex-MLA's son, Ravi Kumar. He eventually was our trustee also. So I asked him, Ravi, what about the papers, land papers? He said, we just bought, we don't have any papers other than the paper that we registered. So I went to the MRO, the Mandal Revenue Passenger, and I asked him, sir, this is it. We wanted to set up a meditation center. We want your help. We want the land to be surveyed. We want you to locate the land because it's all a forest area. So then a couple of weeks later, the surveyor came, the government surveyor, and he took us to a different place. It was not the place where the peacocks were there. We did our meditation, decided it should be 180. No, it was not that place.
Okay.
A 3/4 of a kilometer away towards the north of that spot, the government surveyor said, this is the land. These are the survey numbers. We showed that Naksha, village map. And so when we landed at that place, it was absolutely virgin land with here and there forest shrubs. And then I asked him, what about that place that we saw earlier? He said, that is the forest. It's a reserve forest of about 6,000 acres. So then suddenly it struck me, right? Virgin land, forest. Then I was just doing a 360-degree view, and then I could spot out a boulder jetting out between the trees. The forest.
Okay.
So then I said, sir, is that boulder also coming into the survey number? He said, yes, this also comes into the survey number. They call it as Jiva or all do this, he said.
Mhm.
The locals, for many years, they call it as stones with life.
Mhm.
Then 3 wishes are done in the same sequence, very nonchalantly that day while playing the chess. Patri sir told no. Then Suresh, I said, Suresh, the 4th one, you said you wanted lake also, no? We should ask. Then I asked him, lake, the lake there? Undante Pine, I just had we walked another nearly 1 kilometer. Then we found this lake.
Okay.
The 4 are there. 4 requirements are met. So I said, after the government surveyor has left, then I said, Suresh, let us calculate the distance. So those are days the ORR was not there. To go to that place on the street, we have to go through via Charminar and then the assembly. Assembly anywhere is 0 point. That is the 0 mile.
Okay.
So exact to the 0 mile from this side came to 58 kilometers.
Okay. Wow.
So 5 requirements are met. 5 casually spoken requirements turned out to be true. 1, I would say coincidence. 2 also I let go, say it's a coincidence. 3 also I'll say I'm a mad fellow, say it's also. 4 is something you need to really look at. What is the synchronicity? Why is it happening?
Correct.
The 5th one, put the agenda.
Yes.
And that's why I said, I called Patriji and said, sir, all 5 are met. Tell me who you are. That was the question.
Wow.
Then he said, Manademundi Babu, Mana చేసుకుంటూ పోతున్నాయి. So I told him, sir, you are an agent of Mahashiva. I or we are an agent of yours. So I feel it's a conduit. You are acting as a conduit.
Indeed, indeed. Wow.
That's why I call that place as a very divine place. For nothing 17 years ago, this wouldn't have happened. There is something deep that probably we may not look at it or understand it, or still it is an unseen situation. It is not yet manifested to the extent it has to get manifested. We do not know yet. But deep within me, I know, I sense that the work that is given to me is divine. And with the help of my Guru, I was able to accomplish it.
Very
And
much.
the
Very
coincidence
much.
that happened is the Maheswar pyramid itself. If you have come to Kailashpuri, you would have seen this bound.
Mhm. Yes.
Any of participants here. So I used to go every week alone into that wilderness. Because for me, the more the time you spend on the land, you get more attached to it. That is the reason why no agriculturist will ever sell his land.
Mhm.
It's part of his body. It becomes like
Correct.
just like your home. You can stay in a 5-star hotel for 10 days, but on the 11th day, you would like to come to your cozy room, small, not even single star house you would like to stay. It is like that.
Correct. Correct.
So I got on the boat. Climbing onto the boat was easy, but I couldn't come. 80 feet tall boat. So for 3 hours, I got stranded on the top.
Mhm.
Nobody was there. 3 hours later, a fellow was tending to the goats and sheep. He came. So I hollered at him, and then they brought some ropes and then brought me down. But in this 3 hours time, I was able to locate the pyramid where it should. So I had a bird's eye view, no? So for the bird's eye view, I got onto the top of it. And then I had a feeling that we should orient the pyramid the way the Egyptians did for the Kesav.
Mhm.
I don't know why it came to my mind. It came. So those were the days 2007, 8, where your internet speed is 256 kbps was fantastic speed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So during that circumstance, I was able to connect with one Theodore in the United States. He was from Provo, Utah. So I was able to correspond with him. He was dealing with a lot of sacred science, I would say. So apart from him, nobody else has done it. A couple of understandings about what this is.
Mhm.
So that actually hit me, and then I was able to connect with him. So I asked him, I would like to align the pyramid true north, the way the Egyptians did.
Mhm.
She wrote back saying, why are you so interested? I told him all complex, presumably complex things that we perceive are the most easiest. Like what Einstein gave E is equal to MC square theory of relativity.
Mhm.
But theory of relativity itself is such a complex thing to understand the normal human. So I feel that the simplicity lies in the shadow. So I want definitely that pyramid, they would have just done it like this. So there was the exchange of mails on, just as I was. Then he kept quiet for about 2-3 months. Then on September 19th evening, he sent me a mail, which I read on the 20th.
Mhm.
He said, simple. On the equinox day, put a pole, sharp pole,
Mhm.
and then follow the shadow of the trajectory of it. You mark it, and then draw a 90-degree perpendicular, and that is true north. He said. This is how the
Okay.
Egyptians did it, he said.
Okay.
Nowhere it was said.
That's interesting. Never heard about this.
No, I mean, even I never heard.
Yeah.
Then suddenly it hit me. Alright, today is September 20th. 22nd is the equinox day.
Wow.
This was 2008. And then immediately, Sivaram Naidu, who actually was the engineer to construct it, and then Rambabu, the founder trustee.
Mhm.
So immediately I met up with these two, and then on 21st, we did a platform, a zero-level platform. And then we fixed a pole, and then marked the trajectory, personally marked it,
Mhm.
then drew the 90-degree, took a chisel and chiseled it on the platform so that it will never disappear. The markings will disappear, but the etching will not disappear. And then deja vu, it is at true north. And then a year and a half later, when we started construction of the pyramid, we took a reference of this and then marked the true north for the main pyramid, just as the Egyptians did.
Okay.
And
Okay.
2012, when the digital surveying and everything has become a norm,
Mhm.
then one of our meditator, he does digital survey, one station service. So I asked him, just check up what we did is right or wrong. Because when we tell the world, it should be,
Yeah.
evidenced.
Correct.
He climbed onto the pyramid, marked it, and then from there he gave a double thumbs up saying, sir, we did it.
Wow.
Just 0.025% error, dead on true north.
Wow. Wow.
So that is how the specialty of Maheswar Maha.
Wow.
Didn't
Goosebumps.
happen. All these did not happen for nothing, my dear.
Yes,
Nothing.
indeed.
These are divine purposes. We are just doing what is supposed to do. If I change my intent, I may go astray. Then somebody else will come and then we'll have to do it.
Correct.
So I tell all my friends, some friends, is we are without our master.
Mhm.
Just like a family loses its breadwinner or a father, the responsibility on the family is much more,
Correct.
isn't it?
Yes.
And it's that much harder also. If anybody has lost their father or mother in their childhood, can understand. I lost my father in my childhood, so I can understand that.
Mhm. Mhm.
The PSSM movement is in that kind of a situation. Initially, I said the connect between all of us is Patriji. Now that master is not there, but still we are connected with meditation.
Yes.
And by following the 18 principles, we get more connected,
Correct.
right? And understanding what was created during Patriji's time.
Mhm.
Why did so many pyramids come? Why did so many societies come? Why did he go to every doorstep, knock their door, and get them meditate?
Mhm.
Doesn't he know that his life is temporary? Doesn't we know that our life is temporary? But yet, why did he do all this? There is a divine purpose.
Correct.
I only appeal to all the pyramid masters is to understand this, not to lose focus or sight of this. Because I see after his death, many people going astray. I don't want these friends to go astray. be within them and fulfill the dreams of Patriji as well as us. As I said, Patriji could be an agent of Mahashiva and we could be agents of him.
Yes.
Otherwise, these things wouldn't have happened.
Correct.
These defy more than any logic or coincidence. I feel it is absolute synchronicity. And there were many things.
And there is a coincidence today too.
Yeah.
Today is the Bhumi Puja of Omega Pyramid of Dallas.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Sunil,
I'm not sure if Sharma sir is there
Congratulations to
from Dallas. Is Sharma sir there? So, as a senior pyramid master and senior trustee of well-established pyramids, and you have seen this from many ages and many years, we would really like to hear more than we. I mean, Sharma sir would also like to hear from suggestions because he's one of the trustee of the pyramid there in Dallas.
Maheswar Maha Pyramid, it came up like that, right? Then you see there's one more twist to the tale. Patriji deciding to have his last remains at Kailashpuri. If you people could remember, till about May 2022, he was in Bangalore. He was ailing, not well, but he chose to come to Kartal. There we have much less facilities than in Bangalore. Bangalore center is, Pyramid Valley is full-fledged, whereas this is still evolving. And then he chose to have his lunch. So that is adding one more layer of energy in the form of Shakti. So now it is just not completion of pyramid for the trust. Now we have to complete Shakti. So why Shakti Sthal? Anybody can ask why Shakti Sthal and all that stuff. It's not meant for us. We have physically seen, we have physically connected with Patriji. We shook hands with him. We heard his melody. Right? We heard directly from the horse's mouth when all the spiritual understandings that he could. It is for the future generations. It is for the future generations to understand that such a person roamed on this planet. That's why I gave a comparison. Shiva to Saptarishi somewhere to Patanjali, that missing link. Patanjali to Mahavir, that missing link. Mahavir to Buddha too after 2500 years. A man called Patriji, who met 100 times or 1,000 times more than Buddha could meet during his time. As much as Buddha means meditation, Patriji means meditation, or Patriji means pyramid meditation, isn't it?
Pyramid meditation, yes, absolutely.
So somebody, Ashoka or somebody historically would have, given a sculpted look of Buddha. So somewhere, that is an indication. Otherwise, we wouldn't have known that Buddha looks like that. Whether he looked like that or not, that's a different thing. But at least you can get it as an iconic stuff in you. So that actually makes you more entwined the past. So that's the reason why we wanted to create this checklist, which we hope with all the PSSM masters putting in their effort in whatever way they can contribute. We need to give a fitting memorial to the region. So that's the whole idea.
Very much. Any message for the upcoming Omega Pyramid, sir? Any?
Omega Pyramid.
And by the way, there is a Raleigh Pyramid also coming up in Raleigh. Yeah. So, but yes.
Omega Pyramid in Dallas, right?
Yes, this is in Dallas, correct.
The very thought that you need to construct a pyramid, that too after the master is not there. Pyramids before Patriji, pyramids after Patriji. So this is a pyramid after Patriji. But it will have the same radiance as the pyramids when the master was there. Just keep to the task, my friends there in Dallas. Just keep focused on it. Follow the geometry without any inhibition or contamination. Just follow the pyramid geometry of each. I bet they will all be healing pyramids. They will heal. You want the mind to be healed, it will heal your mind. You want your body to be healed, it will heal your body. All that we need to do is put it to true north, take that 551-52 angle, and that you do it. In whatever way you do it. That's your choice. Depends on the budget, whatever it is. I'm so happy that friends from Dallas, they met last year. We accidentally met in Kartal, Kailashpuri. So they were talking about this pyramid. And around sometime during this year, I may visit Dallas.
Wow.
Definitely.
I hope Sharma sir and team is hearing that. I think they are the one on the video. I think Sharma sir, can you please unmute? I hope you heard this conversation. Yeah, there you go. The team from Dallas.
Hi, Sharma.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Hearty congratulations to Dallas team.
Thank you very much, sir. Would you like to give us any suggestions and
Just follow the sacred geometry.
yes, sir.
Just follow the sacred geometry. Nothing else. Don't deviate.
Okay.
It's very simple. Just deviate. Don't deviate. Just follow the sacred geometry. And
Sure, sir.
that's it. That's it.
Definitely, yeah. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
The very
So-
thought of constructing the pyramid itself is something unique.
Yes, yeah.
And very few people will have the opportunity to construct the pyramid
Yes,
in their
sir.
lifetime. So
Very-
whoever it is, some people would be on the brick and mortar construction on the site. Some people will provide financial support. Some people will provide technical support. So all this together is what you people have attracted, especially the front enders, whoever is driving it. So you people have attracted all these consciousnesses towards you. So the very thought that has been placed in the universe to get this pyramid has already attained its potent energy level. These
yes,
are
sir.
like the manifestation dots. It's like your cell towers. Here and there you have the cells today. We can connect anywhere within few nanoseconds. So likewise, much faster than that, we have these manifestation points. So you already have manifested. It's already done. All that you have to do is to just act, do the drama of, putting a brick here, putting some mortar, this, that, and everything, and it'll just automatically come. Nothing can stop it. Don't leave your thought. Intensify your thought in your word, deed, and thoughts. This has to be there. Like Krishna said, Yadbhavam Tadbhavanti. How you'll get it? Your thought, word, and action should be in synchronous. You are already on that. Otherwise, I understand there was a 25-acre land for Dallas pyramid, right?
So we were planning for 25 acres, but it became 40 acres, sir.
You see,
So
that's it. So the intensity,
planning-
somebody will,
became 40.
no, Sharmaji,
Yeah.
you thought only 25 acres, but some other consciousness got into your consciousness in that psychic web and gave such an intensified thought that it became 40 now.
Yes.
These are how the inner mechanics happen. Little do we realize that, oh, how did it happen? It happens like that. So your pyramid is already done. It's on way for manifestation. Just follow that sacred geometry so that you get your work absolutely right. That's it.
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir.
Thank you so much, team. I know you are on the way. You must be busy with a lot of coordinations. Thank you so much, Sharma sir and team, to join and share this. What a coincidence. And that's another coincidence. We have the the person behind the mega pyramid. Great.
It's a lifetime achievement.
Yes, yes, yes.
Us and whatever opportunity we are getting, we are very grateful for that as a team here. And it's like a life. It's all of us. It became all of us a life purpose for all of us. We are very, very grateful for that, to be part of this project. Whatever small way we can help, we are very blessed and very grateful for
Yes.
that.
So nice.
Thank you. Thank you. It was goosebumps for me to listen to the way thought manifests and everything. So we have Shibu raised his hand. Shibu is from North Carolina. Hi, Shibu. Good morning.
I remember Shibu.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, Shibu. I think 10 months ago, we messaged on WhatsApp.
Yes, sir. So I
Yeah.
interviewed you once about the sales.
Yes. Right. Shibu,
So always a pleasure to see
I think I
your
remember.
face.
I think we spoke about reincarnational dramas then, if I'm right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We talk about a lot of things. Gestalt. We talked about the entity, the personality, the state.
Right. I remember that.
You are swimming in the ocean. I touched a drop of it. So I was like this, the fanboy questioning and trying to get some information from you. So you're always a pleasure to see your smiling face, the radiance, and your words. Beautiful, sir. I mean, I was listening to every single word.
Thank you.
What a pleasure listening to you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, I mean, you mentioned this year, there is a Dhyana Mahachakram which is happening here in Raleigh. So yeah, I mean, it would be great if we can visit Dallas and Raleigh and energize the events, the people, the area. I mean, if we can come here, it would be awesome, sir.
I tentatively am planning after August. So most of
this is around August.
I will be in Texas, Longview, and Dallas.
Okay, if we can also add Raleigh to that list.
Yeah, I'll
that
also
would be
go
awesome.
to Atlanta. I will stay for a while in Atlanta. For a month or so, I'll stay
Okay.
at Atlanta, North Carolina, South Carolina.
Yeah, it's very near. From Atlanta, it's very near.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah.
So there's another meditator in Atlanta. My niece.
Shrikant? Okay.
My niece, she is a meditator. Very close to Patriji then. Okay, she resides there. So I'm going to stay with her for a month in Atlanta.
Oh,
so
very
probably,
nice, sir. Very nice.
Probably I will, because 3 states are there, California, Texas, and Atlanta. So these are the 3 places Georgia will visit. So
very nice, very nice. So yeah, we'll come and pick you up. Atlanta is not far at all from where we are. So what an interesting thing about when you're talking about pyramids, right? It's giving goosebumps to, I think, and I'm sure most of us. But in 2018, Patriji came here, and there is this one site. Now the name is named it as Shambhala Pyramid. We did the Bhumi Puja last year, and Patriji said it's a very high energy place, and 108 pyramids need to come here. 108 pyramids.
Okay.
So it's very interesting. I mean, we only have 8 acres of land. So yesterday we were looking at additional land. Hopefully 21 more acres will come. It's a beautiful, beautiful energy place. And, we are in the process of manifesting it. I'm sure it is already existing. It's just in the process of coming into the physical plane.
Yeah. No thought will go ever wasted.
Yep.
Any thought. You give 1 point energy to it, there will be 99 people attracted to it, and they'll start giving their own.
Absolutely.
If 100 units is required to get it manifested, it does happen in a time.
Yep. Yep. So one small question. I know we are way over the time, but one small question I had, sir, from your experience was, one is to manifest the pyramid. And I also highly resonate with the fact that pyramid is there, but great. It's also a temple for spiritual science, right? Spiritual study and spiritual science. It's actually has to be that way, right? So We get those energies and we use it as a temple to further our spiritual evolution. And for that, I feel the purity is very, very important to maintain the purity. How do you maintain it, sir? How do you, one is construction, creation of it, and now is the maintenance and the sustenance of it, right? Keeping the same tempo, the purity. And how do you do that, sir?
See, first of all, the key drivers, the key people who originated the idea and who are driving it, they need to understand that whatever they are doing is not being done by one individual.
Mm-hmm.
It is a group consciousness that is driving it. It is not Shubhu alone who is doing it.
Yep.
Okay, there is a lot of group consciousness that comes in. As I said slightly earlier, I said it is the people who originated the idea, who gave that initial spark, they ignited it. Second is the consultations, technical consultants, even the government approvals also play a part, the fellow who actually signs on it. And eventually the donors who put the money, right?
Yep.
All these ingredients go into the making of the pyramid. But
Yep.
the emphasis, the focus, the intensity of thoughts, the desire have come from the originators. The people who actually got selected the land, who are driving it front end. These people, I'm sure it's not a single person. There could be many, 5, 10, whoever. That's your team.
Yep. Yep.
That team should be in one voice. They should realize. How do you realize that? You just have to realize that all 5 of you are magnetized to that pyramid, Omega. There is no Shiva, there is no Sharmaji, there is none. The bonding factor between you is Omega. Nothing else is between you. There could be personal egos, there could be personal clashes, there could be so many other things. Right? They're all aside. The only touch point for all of you is Omega pyramid. Don't lose the purity of intent around it at any stage. There'll be a lot of pressures, there'll be a lot of testings on this. Believe me, it's not that easy as much as it is told right now. But overcome that. I'm very sure then the manifestation will be very fast.
Beautiful.
All of us need to understand that each of us is giving a speck of his conscious energy to that Omega. It is not singly done. Never it.
Yep.
So don't lose the focus on it. You key drivers are the most important. You keep on intensifying your thoughts because financially also there could be some problems at some time. Maybe the fund flow is slow. The contractor may be demanding his time because so many things will play around. Nothing will go. It's not a smooth roller coaster ride. But these are the joys of doing it actually. While you play cricket, you need to get hit, no? To hit the ball out at some point. So these are part of the game. I mean, you people better know because you have left the shores of India, went to US, worked hard to be what you are right now. You know all this. You have traveled a lot on this life journey. But what I meant to say is, while manifesting, focusedly getting manifested, which is not yours. Understand?
Yep.
You buying a car is no big deal. It happens with your own mind. Though there are other stakeholders which support you, it's all part of the manifestation. But here, this manifestation is much, much, much bigger.
Yep.
Where this doesn't belong to you. If it is belonging to me, the attachment is different. The intensity of thought is different. When it is not mine, you are doing for some noble purpose, right? For the general good of, so many generations to come. It is much beyond. The thought itself is so big. Little do we realize that we have dreamt so big. But such nobility is there in all of you that you dreamt so big. And the universe has said, my dear, ready, get ready, manifested. Why 25? Take 40.
Correct.
So don't lose sight of it. It is not Shivu playing. It is not Sharmaji who is playing. It is not, I mean, it is just not that.
Yep.
There is a bigger picture behind you, propelling you to do it.
Yep.
You need to be privileged. You need to understand all of these key drivers. Humbly, you need to say, I am
Yep.
just doing, I am just a conduit. I am just a worker. I am just fulfilling the desire of a bigger self.
Yep.
That's all. And it happened.
Yep.
Very
Beautiful.
much, very much beautiful. I would also
Thank
like
you so
to
much, sir.
invite.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I would like to invite Sampath at this point of time. Sampath, are you?
Yeah, can you hear me? Sunil?
Yes, yes, yes.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Hey, good evening, Sampath.
Yeah, I just met you in Delhi
Yes,
last week. Fantastic session, sir. Thank you so much. Wonderful. It was, we were quite young when we were as Paima, and we
That
grew
was
up.
what, how many, 20 years ago?
Yeah, 20 years
Yeah,
ago.
20 years ago.
Yeah, it's so nice. So as Shibu mentioned, you're most welcome, and it will be wonderful to see you in Raleigh Pyramid and in US. So you should definitely make it, sir.
I will make it this year.
Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful. And
this is on my top of the bucket list.
Yeah. I congratulate Omega team, Sushma Madam, Sharma sir, Divya, Ram, Srini, all the core team members, Puneet, and everyone who are on the way to Pyramid now. Pari is also going to be there for the Bhumi Puja. It's a grand, first grand event on the premises. So from now on, all the meditations. Hi. Hi. So it is a pleasure to announce that on the day of Bhumi Puja, they have come up with their plans on how to go about making this dream complete. So they have initiated a beautiful thing called Octopus. Pari and the Dallas team and everyone, what they are doing is they're coming up with a corporate team to specifically target and take meditation into the people, into the corporate employees, to make a big number of volunteers who will stand for the pyramid and just taking the Bangalore Pyramid Valley and Kartal Pyramid as inspirations. They're going to follow the best practices. So that's one wonderful thing that I wanted to share with you and the participants, sir. And there is one more beautiful thing that is going to start from next week. Just like these infinity sessions of Sundays, we are going to have same timings on Saturdays for Telugu audience across the world, same time. So it will be conducted by the Dhyana Jagati magazine team, Kesav Raju sir, Vani madam, and Swarnalata madam in association with IFSS. Again, we are going to see you there soon, sir, Sriramgopal sir. So if Kesav Raju sir is here and if he's free to talk, I just want to hear from him for a minute. I don't know if he's free or not. Sunil?
Yeah, I have requested to unmute. Maybe if
Swamiji.
Yeah.
Sir. Hello, sir. Sir, we can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
సార్ నేను తెలుగు మాట్లాడతాను సార్ పర్లేదు అందుకదా అంత ఇంగ్లీష్ రాదు కదా
నో ప్రాబ్లం సార్
సార్ హాయ్ అందరికీ నమస్కారం నా పేరు కేశవ్ రాజు హాయ్ సార్ శ్రీరామ్ సార్
హాయ్
సార్ అదే విత్ కోఆపరేషన్ ఆఫ్ సంపత్ మనం ఒకటి ధ్యాన్ జగత్ కోసం ఒక అందరి మాస్టర్స్ అందరి అనుభవాలను షేర్ చేసుకోవడం కోసం 9th తెలుగు ఎవ్రీ సాటర్డే తెలుగు జూమ్ కండక్ట్ చేయాలనుకుంటున్నాం. మొత్తం సపోర్ట్ అంతా సంపత్దే. మా బిజీలో మేము ఉంటాగా నాకు ఒక టీమ్ సెట్ చేశారు. ఆయన ద్వారాగా స్టార్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం సార్. ఎవ్రీ సాటర్డే మనం ఎవరైతే అబ్రాడ్ లో ఉన్నారో మాస్టర్స్ వాళ్ళకి అందరి కోసం అవన్నీ షేర్ చేసుకోవడం కోసం ప్రారంభిస్తున్నాం. శ్రీరామ్ గారు సార్ చాలా సంతోషం మిమ్మల్ని ఇలా చూడడం. నాకు లింక్ వచ్చింది ఇందాక చూసి సరే సార్ ఉన్నారు కదా అని మాట్లాడదామని.
థ్యాంక్ యూ కేశవ్.
సార్ ప్లీజ్ కంటిన్యూ సార్. సంపత్ గారు కంటిన్యూ చేయండి సార్. మీ సంపత్ జీ.
Yeah, ante I was
Please
not the
continue.
host, so I was waiting for the host to unmute me.
Okay.
Thank you very much, friends.
ఈ
These are
సందర్భంగా
the
మీరు ధ్యాన జగత్ గురించి చెప్పడం, జూమ్ మనం కండక్ట్
Yeah.
చేస్తామని చెప్పడం చాలా బాగుంది. మనం ముందుగానే
Thank you,
ఇన్ఫార్మ్
sir.
చేసి మనల్నంతా కొంచెం వచ్చే అవకాశం ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి.
Wonderful. So the weekends are going to be fantastic. All the Telugu people across the borders, they can utilize Saturday evening India time, which is Saturday morning in India. And we have Sunday morning oneness meditation sessions and Sunday evening infinity sessions. The weekends are the best time. Whichever time suits you, please join the meditations and please have the opportunity to listen to the senior most masters who have volunteered as youngsters into this society and who have contributed not just their time, their money, their talents, their knowledge. In fact, they invested themselves into PSSM. So Sriram sir is one such great master who have driven. He and his wife, they have guided us during the Paima days. We used to have a great time at their home, Rambabu sir's house, their house. They were like our own relatives. So it feels so good to see such wonderful masters on this platform respecting our request. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you, Sunil.
Thank you, Sampath, and thank you, Shibu.
Sri Lakshmi remembers you a lot.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sampath. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Shibu, once again for asking that beautiful question. Such an important question, and sir beautifully answered that. I know we are overshot, and I'm not sure if participants have any questions. Sir, I don't know how to express my deep gratitude, but it was a beautiful time spent, and it was wonderful interacting with you, sir. The privilege was ours, and thank you so very much to take out time and come out to this platform. So without much ado, I'll hand it over to Sirisha for the remaining part. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Sunil. Thank you so much, sir, for that wonderful session. It was so profound to hear from you. Really amazing journey to hear from you. Thank you so much, sir. So friends, thank you everyone for joining together. I thank all the participants and all the YouTube viewers. And I especially want to thank you, Sharma sir of Omega Pyramid from Dallas for supporting and sponsoring this program. And I would like to also thank all the organizing partners, Meditation Magic, Breath Universe from Australia, Beam from Germany, Shambhala Solutions, and IFSS, who have all come together and supporting this program. Thank you all. We'll see you all next week with the new speaker. Thank you so much.